Hi, and welcome to the Rare Roots Project Homestead Trackers How-To Edition. So you may have purchased a different tracker than the one that's on our screen here that has to do with our livestock. It could be chickens, ducks, quail, rabbits, anything along those lines, but these all work very similarly. So we're going to go ahead and start with this one, and you would use it pretty much the same way for your livestock that we have here. We're going to start first with how you make a copy to your own Google Drive. Reminder, these are Google Sheets, and so they work with a Google account. In the PDF that you receive when you purchase this from Etsy or our website, then you would get an automatic link to make a copy. If for some reason Google's off its game that day and it doesn't prompt you to make a copy for your own drive, you very easily, once you've gotten to a sheet, just go right up here and hit make a copy. Then you can save it anywhere that you want to on your drive, and then you can edit it as I will show you through the rest of the tutorial. Again, you do have to make a copy from the base sheet. You should have been prompted by the link, but if you're not, very simple. Again, just go right up here to File and make a copy. And then once you have your own personal copy, you're welcome to edit it as you see fit. Today, we're going to go over the three main areas of functionality. Your tracker, as I mentioned earlier, may be different, may have more or less functionality, but they all work very similarly, and this should get you started to exploring the sheet. We'll start here first on the how-to page. This gives you some information that we're going over here in this video, but most importantly is this box right up here where you're going to start with the year. Right now, we're going to type in 2025. As soon as you put a year in, then it will auto-populate the whole sheet with all the dates necessary for 2025. Each one of our trackers is meant to track your homestead for a year at a time. Then you can make copies, and if you want, in 2026, you just change that date. And I'll show you an example right here of how automatically it changes. Let's just run over to this egg log, and as you can see here, these dates are 2026. We go right back here, change it to 2025, and it goes ahead and fixes the date. And yes, these do handle any type of leap year situation, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, once you move from the How to Use tab and you've picked the year that you're going to track, there's really two main tabs of functionality. The first one being for tracking your livestock. In this case, as I said, it's a chicken sheet, so we're doing a chicken log. This might be different for you. We provide a whole lot of pre-columns that you can go ahead and fill in of things that you might want to track. If it's a home flock, you might want to have their name, but if not, then you might want their breed, any kind of physical looks, sizes, things along those lines. We kind of pre-fill all this out. You can always override these pre-fills with something else by typing it in. That's no problem. But for today, I'm going to show you kind of the basics. We're going to just say that we got a standard breed chicken from a neighbor. It happens to be a hen, and it happens to lay, let's just say, some white eggs. We hear from the neighbor that this chicken started laying white eggs in November. Probably not likely, but we'll just say that of 2024. As soon as we put that chicken in, if you come over here to our summary statistics page, it lists it as one of our laying hens during the year. We now have 8 hens that lay, and because we went ahead and filled in the egg color, we can see what type of eggs they lay. I'll go ahead and show you how that might change. If we had changed this to being an olive egger, it's got a green color, then you would come over here, and now as you see, we have 1 green hen available for the year. If for some reason you need to take that chicken out of rotation, maybe it died, which is always sad, but chickens have a way of doing that. Maybe you sold it. Maybe it's a type of livestock that you're retiring on the farm and it just doesn't lay eggs anymore. But whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and put an end date in. As you can see here, we'll go ahead and do one for February. We'll just predate this one, of 1st of 2025. When you go back in here to your summary statistics, you'll see that we have only so many laying hens. It's for the whole year. But as you can scroll down, then you can see that it changes based on the month. So since we didn't finish that one out and it didn't stop laying until February, you can see that you did have 8 hens in January, but you did have 7 in February. So you get that granular nature. The top statistics really are what you have for your whole year there. So again, that's really it. If you don't have to fill in any more than that to get your livestock listed, whether that's quail or ducks or whatnot, you just have to put the ones in that have the asterisks to get going. And then that really takes care of making sure that all of your breeds show up in your summaries and dashboards. The second, well, I guess technically the third tab we're going to look at here is your egg log. This is really your magic for tracking all of your eggs. So for this one, I already have some information here pre-filled in, and you can go ahead and see that that's already populated in our summary statistics. It's got a yearly total going on right here. It's got some eggs that I hand keyed in for January. And as you scroll down, it goes through these capacities, it does these averages, and it does your weekly items right here. So I'll go ahead and show you how that can change. We've got this great flock that can lay without lights in January. If you own chickens, you know that's probably not likely, but you know, we'll go ahead and add some more items in here. We've just got a chicken just pumping out cream eggs every day. We'll go all the way into February, and we'll pull it in here. Now we'll go over to our summary statistics, and look, we have eggs now in February, and it's gone ahead and pre-populated it and added all of our eggs, updated our averages, worked out everything that we need for all of our months. One thing I point out to you for your egg log, these are really up to you to decide the colors, how you rate your eggs. Yes, there are sizes that make extra large or large eggs. You can weigh them if you want. I personally eyeball it with my flock, but you can make this as granular or not as you want. The other thing I would say too is over here in this section, if you don't want to go over to your summary statistics or dashboard, it'll go ahead and total it all up for you. You can see what you have there just quickly at a glance. My favorite thing to do is to just take this and open the egg log on my phone when I go down and gather my eggs and just enter them in as I'm picking them out of the nesting boxes and putting them in the basket. Makes it easy peasy, and then I don't forget to do it. And that's the great thing about Google Sheets is they can work on all your devices. So iPad, your phone, everything. And then you can come back and look at all of your really pretty summary statistics and dashboards on a monthly basis, maybe on your computer or a larger screen. So as I mentioned, some of you may have more or less functionality. Our income logs and expense logs work just the same pretty much. You just have to follow the asterisks. If you want to say that you sold some eggs, as you can see here, you would put in a date and the amount received. The rest of this you could fill out to yourself as much or as little as you want. Again, you can override what we have as our most used income generation items to put in kind of your own categories that you want. And the same thing for your expense log. There is no requirement that you use the drop down, but we do go ahead and add in some of the ones that we've discovered over the years are most likely to be applicable to the livestock sheet that you have. Once these are filled in, you'll see them here in our summary statistics. You'll also see them in this lovely dashboard. These graphs will fill in as you go throughout the year and provide you at a glance information about your flock. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you still have further questions, I would say please come back to the How to Use tab. There may be additional links that you're not seeing on this screen share here for contact information. We also have example sheets that you can see ones that have already been filled out. So just come back to this tab and we'll provide you information. We also love to hear feedback for further functionality and updates in the future, so please feel free to reach out. We hope you found this helpful, and if you have any further questions, like I said, see this tab and we'll get you more information. Thank you again.